Special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and Doc Tales. I'm excited to welcome the host of Doc Tales, Rural Doc, Alan Lindemann. Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
We're doing really well here, Neil. And you?
Fantastic. And one thing we talk about being healthy is you do need to have money to be healthy, Doc. We know that in so many ways. And our guest today is going to kind of explain that. So introduce our guest, Doc.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping I can pronounce your name right. Etienne?
That's fine.
It's like Stephen.
Exactly.
It's
It is.
a French cognate for Stephen. So, yes, it's great to have you on the show. We've been communicating by email and on LinkedIn. So nice to see you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for inviting me over.
So talk about your mission and how you're helping people, helping new entrepreneurs start up every day.
Well, I got a pretty ambitious mission, actually. I had it much, it was not as ambitious before, but decided to make it like outrageous so I can motivate me to have like a real challenge in life. I'm 61 years old and I made my first million. I was 42 years old and I did it the old-fashioned way, working 80 hours a week for decades. And but nowadays you don't have to do it that way. It's there's a better way. So my project basically is to create 25,000 new millionaires by the end of 2029. If you remember in 2022, Credit Suisse had they made a research and they published a report that was forecasting 25 million new millionaires at the end of 2026, and they explained what was that trend based upon. And I've been witnessing this getting out of my retirement, seeing all this excitement, all these young people making like a fortune just like by streaming live on Instagram and just like building huge network and marketing products for Japanese companies, US companies, all around the world, just like having fun, having a life and having a fun, having fun, I mean. So I've I've decided to retire because I wanted to a challenge. Next time I'm going to retire, I'm going to make sure I'm 6 feet under. You know what I'm saying? Because life you see, like my company is called Alternative Lifestyle, and it's a movement also. And what it means that there's two lifestyle. Basically, there's only two type of lifestyle. There's the full-time job, which is a lifestyle. When you have a full-time job, what you have a full-time job, so you cannot have a full-time life at the same time. So you have to make a choice. And then if you could make the choice and you would be able to achieve it, who would not take a full-time life? So in order to have a full-time life, because everybody have to pay their bills and everybody think having a good job and a good title will guarantee they can pay their bills, which is true. But going to in a career, it's like going to school. And if you fail to realize that, you'll be going to school forever, and you'll always be broke because you pay to go to school. Usually, you pay to go to school. So when you pay, you're not making any, let's say, profits. Therefore, you're always broke.
Tell
So
me,
would you rather have a full-time life or a full-time job?
so what did you do at 42 to make $1 million?
Well, I've been in many trade, but the one that allowed me to actually to do it was the first internet wave. Before the internet became mainstream, let's say in the late 80s and early 90s, I was an information broker and I failed miserably at it, but I loved it. And I failed because I was not billing enough my customers. I was like thinking an employee billing like $35 an hour, what I should have been like billing $300 an hour. Long story short, the internet came about, and I decided to give it a try because I've been like partnered with a company in Ottawa, Canada. It was called the Project Management Center. And Robert Happy gave me a break and he allowed me to handle the whole Quebec province, the whole thing. I was handling the whole thing. It was a pretty big success, but he told me about billing much higher than you would think as an employee. So when you're an entrepreneur, you have to think about all the overheads and all the things. So you have to build that. And besides, the customer will not take you seriously if you're not billing high enough.
Yeah.
So I decided to we sold the company to a large software company in the States, and the guy who took over in Ottawa, we were not getting along. So I said, that's time for me to just get on my own business. And I put an ad in the paper, in the business paper, and my first customer was a contract to write a book about the internet, which I almost knew nothing. It was like a wild, it was a speculation. I said, I'm gonna learn as I go. I'm gonna get customers, and then they're gonna learn,
Right.
producing it, which I did. And this book was written and was released 2 years later, and it was a very good business card. It allowed me to get a lot of big contract, and then I made fortunes. But I don't know if you've been in Montreal. Winters are harsh, so I decided that it's time for me to move to Costa Rica. So I've stopped doing this, and then I've kept the automated part of the business. I was enjoying the 4-hour dream week, the famous from Tim Ferriss book, the
Yes.
4-hour week. I
So
lived that dream.
you're living in Costa Rica now.
I was 12 years in Costa Rica. Now I'm back in Canada in the summertime, and I go to Mexico in the winters.
Okay, so let's talk about so you made money in the internet business, helping people in that. Now, how are you helping somebody now to be able to become a millionaire and basically starting from scratch? What do you teach your tribe?
Good question. Um, First of all, I'm looking for people that have like the desire to do that, because there's so many people. People are like animals. It's hard to return an animal. Let's say you catch an animal that's been hurt, and you bring it and you feed it, you fix it, and after a few weeks, a few months, they can't return to the wild, especially when they're young. They haven't learned from their tribe how to actually cope with life. Same thing in school. So it's if you've been to school and college and in corporate world for too long, it's very hard to go back and survive in the marketplace as such. So it's same thing. So I'm looking for people that are really fed up, that have a very like they're eager, they're hungry, they want to make it, they want to change in their life, they want to take control of their destiny. So this is a key thing I'm looking for. And when they meet me, we have like a life-changing conversation, and I ask them what has to happen to have your life change, and then they tell me where it hurts and what's their challenges or their dreams. Because you see, I'm a dream buyer. So if you don't have any dreams left, I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, and that's the main problem, people don't believe in themselves. They don't trust their decision making. So the ones who are willing to give it a try, they have to risk something. They have to risk to invest 2 hours to investigate my offer. And we've prepared the discovery process, which allows them to meet our people, the people that made it. People are actually still learning to do it. We have like a training platform. So it's 6 weeks to launch your online business. It's all explained. But there's the discovery process first that will allow you to meet the people, see what we're marketing, what our strategic alliances are with, and to figure out, can I do it? Do I want to do this? And once they've discovered this, then they can make an informed decision. Is this what I'm looking for or not? And sadly, most people will not actually give it a try. But those that give it a try, they have like the tribe and the family. They have like the coaches, all the people around them that help them. They're not like only linked with me. They'll link with the community, and it's fairly big now. This is a pretty big trend, human-based marketing, network marketing, but with the automation, social media marketing, and automation, mailing list management, it's very nice now to create this business, launch it, master the communication skills, define your offer, find out what's your unique ability, and exploit it to build over 5 years what I called a self-managing company, which is how you can basically transform yourself from being dependent on a single income from a job to becoming independent. You sell directly to the marketplace, you're independent, and you make way more money, profits actually. And then after that, you move to the impact phase where you actually help other people to do that. Then you have the impact you want to have on society because you've helped others achieve their dreams. And it's really like it's priceless. I mean, it's way more to see other people succeeding and being able to have a fun in life. It's much more exciting than making millions. Don't get me wrong, making millions is a pretty exciting thing too, but
Mhm.
it's not the driver, the driving force behind the reasons why people are make the decision to improve their lives.
Okay. Doc, any other questions?
Well, it sounds great. I love the idea of having fun, what you do.
Yeah, it's true. Fun is fun is why people drink too much that much, because they want to numb their pain. And but when you numb your pain, you numb your fun too. So
Mhm.
you have
Yeah.
to enjoy being sober, being in command of your faculties, being able to, I didn't know how to express my offer before. I was shy, I was afraid, peddled something. But now, I've acquired the skill to listen and to figure out, well, you have a problem, you want to solve it. And then to just discover people's fear and feel because people are scared. They're scared to lose
Totally.
their job, they're scared to lose their health, and they're losing their hope. So they need some kind of a beacon of hope. Oh, here's a tribe that can maybe come over and see if you want to fit with us.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
fantastic. Uh, where can people find information on you and learn more about you? Where can they go?
Applyforjob.com that summarized the offer basically where you can get this discovery process for $99. It's refundable after 2 weeks if it's not for you. But there you get all the information, you get some testimonials so you can see there's serious people involved in this, and you'll meet your 6-figure, 7-figure coaches that will show you how to do it. You're
All
not
right.
alone in this journey. It's a journey. Actually, I've changed my LinkedIn banner. If you haven't seen it, I've changed it, I think, last weekend, and I've made it much more compelling. There's like a headline that pretty much summarizes what the offer is, and basically, it's your journey. It's your journey to take charge and to become free again.
All right. Fantastic.
Let's make humanity free again.
All right. Okay. So that was a
I'm in
special
favor of
simulcast.
that.
All right. A special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show and Doc Tales, guys. Take care.